What is rugby? I'll tell you.
Hard-hitting, gridiron, football-style tackling, seeing hostile fans the minute they stepped onto French soil. The U.S. team, led by Colby Babe Salter, relied on hard-hitting, gridiron, football-style tackling and athleticism that discouraged the French backs from mounting an offense. It was furious.
But it's the only true sport that's ever been played in America.
I could see the buzz. It's just taking off and exploding.
This is a media-worthy event, number one, for a new sport that's really an old sport, goes back to the 1850s or something. And now it's, you know, a streamlined version of it that's made for TV is going to be on the Olympics. This is a big, big event.
So now it's bringing it to the forefront. It's getting the television exposure, the media exposure that it deserves.
So it combines the kind of both the skills and of the, you know, the physical aspect, which means that in order to play a game of rugby, you have to be ultimately very committed, and you have to carry that commitment through, or else you're just not going to be able to play properly. But it's a mixture between intelligence, skill, and physical commitment.
There's a buzz about the Olympics, right? So now I coach at the youth level as well. So kids from under 8s, you know, my son who plays under 8s, we played at the Olympic Training Center at a 7-a-side tournament this year. And they got to see and meet the U.S. Eagles and the 7s that were training there at the Olympic Training Center.
My name's Ryan Carlisle, and I'm on the USA Developmental 7s team.
My name's Rebecca Seabach, and I'm on the USA Development 7s team.
And my name's Kimber Rozier, and I'm on the U.S. Developmental team as well.
The airline sponsor would be epic.
That would be great.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Or our own plane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Dad.
I'm coach of the U12, assistant coach of U12 Santa Monica rugby team, and my son's outside center, Dylan James.
Oh, it's my husband. He's a coach.
For me, rugby has always been about having a great laugh.
It's smart.
I was brought over here to actually develop rugby in the inner city down in South LA, and because I did the same sort of thing in London. And a guy approached me called Stuart Crone, and he's big on rugby. He represented the Eagles back in the day and big legend at Santa Monica. And at the moment we have 200 boys in South LA playing rugby every single week and developing the game.
I think it's got to be grassroots. In New York City, Play Rugby USA doing a great thing with youngsters there, starting the game in the elementary, middle schools, getting them running around with rugby, getting them excited from rugby at a young age.
I think the formula is not that complicated. You got to get the best coaches. We got to get the best American athletes. We got to get crossover athletes mixed in with guys with rugby experience, coach them up with the best coaches.
It's going to take time. You just have to allow a kid to be a professional rugby year and send him overseas for 2 or 3 years to grow him. They're not overnight sensations.
Going abroad is really important. A lot of the big tournaments are abroad. There's Hong Kong Sevens, there's Dubai, there's a lot of tournaments that are happening in Europe, and for the European teams it's obviously extremely easy for them to travel from one tournament to another. The US, we're a little bit, North America in general is a little bit more secluded and it's more difficult to get there, so the funding's important. But it's definitely important for us to get involved and go to those international tournaments.
And the Sevens, which is the format that has gotten rugby into the Olympics, is quick, exciting. It's made for our top highlights of the night, 30-second segments. It's wide open, the best athlete running by the other.
The other elements that I think that'll get the USA where they need to be on the world stage is more homegrown coaching. I think a lot of the coaching now is coming from overseas. But we're seeing more American coaches, more American management, new clubs starting out. And I think with some corporate money, some money that might filter down to the club level, the community level, the sport's just really primed to go.
It's the second most popular TV sport in the world. The last World Cup, Rugby World Cup, had 4.2 billion viewers worldwide.
The opportunity for success at the Olympics, and everybody equating U.S. and Olympics and rugby, it would seem that would be the payoff for the financial investment, but as well as how many 18 to 20-year-olds or 15 to 20-year-olds are going to be watching Sevens at the Olympics.
In terms of playing numbers, I think last year it was the fastest growing team sport in America, so that just gives you an indication of the size and strength of the sport.
Obviously the commercial aspects of rugby are absolutely key. If you look at the rugby playing nations throughout the world, you know, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, England, countries of that ilk, if they didn't have a commercial aspect they wouldn't be able to operate at the level they are.
If you get into something that's just gotten into the Olympics before it blows up, you're getting Little League prices at, you know, Olympic value.
Go for it.
Go for it. Just dive in. Once you do it, you'll love it.
It's such an athletic event.
These next 5 to 8 years of rugby are going to be so exciting for rugby in the country, primarily at the sevens level.
If you don't play as a team, you're not going to get very far, so it's a great fit for America.
There's nothing like wearing a nice medal around your neck, too, so.
So I think we can win a medal, and I think we should win the gold medal.